Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Rick Borden with Scottsdale Urban Farms. We're located in Scottsdale, Arizona, 85254. And this time of the year, I just really love the turning of the trees, the season, losing of the leaves, the cooler temperatures, it's hoodie weather, yeah, right? And yet we get to see the change in the color. Oh, and the leaves just come off with no effort. I love this time of the year. That big beast, let's see if we can see it. Right up front, you can see it starting to lose its leaves. There's a great little example. Right there. That's a mulberry. It's a male mulberry. It is what this tree is. This was a bare root when we planted it a little over a year ago. This month, yeah, we're coming up on a year. Coming up on a year, if I'm not mistaken, that this was planted, and it was about waist height. It really grew. We're excited to see what that will do next year. But what I like is that there is, well, walk with me. Here, I'll make it quick. The tree, phase 3, which is the front of the yard, has that ginormous mulberry. And what we've been doing is we've been, for many, many years, creating compost out front. And you see here, this is the gold. This is the gold I'm going to create when this is done, and these here have been picked. I'm going to block this section off, and this whole entire area I'm going to section off and do a series of worm grocery stores right here. Oh, perfect. You can see here, these are just sitting on top. But I'm going to pull back all these leaves. We already have worms. I'm going to give it a good soaking. I'm going to then, we're going to build some PVC worm grocery stores. If you follow my channel, and you know in the past what I've done is I will dig, in fact, right in this area here, this whole area below there is like a foot wide by 24 to 30 inches long and about a foot deep, layered. I made a worm grocery store in there with food, compost. We had live organic, and then we had our 1020 microgreen trays. But come down here and check this out. This is the goodness right here. This is the goodness. This is all going to decay, and it's going to come into this soil. And if you just look here, we've made this. This is all soil that over time we've created, we've spent time on. We've been very, very diligent with what we put in our soil. No chemicals. And I water these leaves. These leaves will get watered every day. You can see they're nice and moist. And I'm going to put another layer. I'm going to have about 4 inches of leaves that I'm going to put in this section. And you can see, pardon me, you can see that this area here, from that post to this post, is going to be, I really kind of thought this out. I've been thinking about this, but because I'm research based, what I want to do is create areas that we can document, that we can journal like we're doing now. Oh, look at there. Something's digging. We're going to have to investigate that. That's new. I was just in here the other day. But what I want to do with this whole side, so all the way over to there, to that corner where we started, to this post here where you see that leaf line, and then coming over this way, I want to try and do an experiment. We're not going to try. We are doing an experiment, and this is going to just consist of a lot of mulch and a worm farm. It's going to be a worm farm, and we're going to see what these vegetables do in here. The other thing that I'm going to do is whatever's in here stays in here. It just dies and decomposes. I'll cut that off at the root, and then I'm just going to let this decay. This is just going to be a decay bed. Here's an example. We've been really working hard on this soil, and it's starting to get life. It's not really holding a lot of moisture yet, but you can see that it takes form. So, but one thing that we're going to do in 2022 that we haven't been really serious about, but we're going to up our game, and that is compost teas. Now we're going to get really, really specific and intentional. Really is what I should rephrase that, not specific. We'll have formulas that we're going to follow. We're going to start feeding this soil. We're going to get really, really intentional about what we are feeding our soil. And then we're going to take soil samples. But like I was saying, back to the leaves here, going to be about 4 inches thick all the way around. We're going to work around the loofah cucumbers. We're going to work around this mesh, our bird net that used to be up top here, but the monsoons really tore this up. And I left this way just to learn examples and to start doing studies and research from a perspective of urban farming. What can we learn? What am I learning from creating soil? What am I learning from creating microclimates? This creates a microclimate down here in this area so everything else can thrive. We add stuff, organic, natural stuff, back to the soil. Feeds the soil, creates an environment and an ecosystem where now worms will come and hang out and dig tunnels and eat stuff and leave worm castings behind. I mean, that's going to be just amazing in itself. And when you get in your garden and you start looking around, you start seeing different things. And when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at begin to change. So that's what this garden is really teaching me. It's in being involved with the creation of an ecosystem that thrives. That's my word for 2022. I don't know if anybody out there has read the book The One Thing, or The One Word. And then there's another book called Life Word. And what that suggests is the one word, my one word for 2022 is thrive. To thrive physically, mentally, spiritually, with nature, being a steward, a good steward of the things that God has entrusted me to take care of. And I call that minding God's business. That's a different channel. That's a different Facebook page. But that's something I'm really passionate about, is just being the best version of me. That's it. Hey, but this is just a chapter from Scottsdale Urban Farms. This is the new research center. And I'm really excited about what we're going to do out here and what we're going to learn. And more importantly, what we're going to share with you guys. So thanks for hanging out with me today. This is Rick Borden with Scottsdale Urban Farms in Scottsdale, Arizona, 85254.